hope you're doing well. Cynthia Johnson is who we're going to talk about for just a few minutes. I have more videos coming out. I know you've probably seen this everywhere. It's all over Twitter. It's all over the internet. It's all over YouTube now. Cynthia Johnson is a senator from the state of Michigan, and she sort of got on a lot of people's radars a few weeks ago, or was it last week when they were doing the hearings? When they were doing the hearings in Michigan, and this is why. So I'll just play you a small little clip to refresh your memory as to who Cynthia Johnson is, and we will go through a timeline and talk about why her name is trending on Twitter today. So this was Cynthia Johnson in the Michigan hearings.
I'm sorry?
Do you have a point of order?
Yes.
What is your point of order?
Point of order is to have them under oath.
You're out of order. As I've said, this is something that is not done here in this state. It's really only...
it may not be done under the state, but you're allowing people to come in here and lie, and I know they're lying.
Representative, you're out of order.
And this was basically Cynthia throughout the entire hearing, and I am all for giving witnesses tough questions, but she never really had a question. She just kept saying they're lying and they're not under oath. She even had one witness spell her name for everyone. She said, "Can you please spell your entire name?" So the person had to spell her name and give her name to basically everyone, and then Cynthia didn't follow up with a question after that. That was all she was doing. And it got to the point where the person that was in charge of the in charge of the hearing had to bang his gavel and tell her she was out of order and say, "We are not here to intimidate the witnesses." Apparently, after these hearings, Cynthia started getting a lot of phone calls to her voicemail at work, and they were really disturbing and threatening phone calls. People saying a lot of racist and just really nasty things, giving her death threats, which is absolutely 100% not okay. I don't care how much I disagree. I don't care how much I dislike them. That is never okay, and it's disturbing on any level. So she goes on Erin Burnett out front on CNN to discuss this, and it says, "Lawmaker reacts to racist voicemails. Michigan State Rep Cynthia Johnson received violent racist voicemails after she challenged election fraud claims from President Trump's attorney Rudy Giuliani." Johnson responds to the voicemails in an interview with CNN Erin Burnett. So they actually played some of the voicemails, and again, if these are real, it was really disturbing. I do not condone that at all, and unfortunately, this is something that conservative politicians and conservative commentators get every single day. Actually, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, I just read her book. She got so many threats that she was the first White House press secretary in history to require Secret Service. That's right, the White House press secretary had to have Secret Service because that's how many threats she was getting. So just all around awful. Don't like it. Don't like to see her get threats like this. So she goes on CNN. They talk about it last night. They listen to some of the voicemails. And of course, like, how does CNN intro the story? They say, "New tonight, President Trump made up fraud allegations are now sparking death threats." So that's how they spun it, which is typical CNN. We know that. And you know what? This could have ended right there for Cynthia. It could have ended there. But it didn't end there. It didn't end there. Cynthia decided to go on Facebook and live stream, and she was sipping a little something. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was holy water. And maybe it was holy water, actually, and if it was, it made her evil come out. So she goes and live streams, and this was towards the end of the live stream, and this is where she got into a little bit of hot water. So let's watch this part.
So this is just a warning to you Trumpers. Be careful. Walk lightly. We ain't playing with you. Enough of the shenanigans. Enough is enough. And for those of you who are soldiers, you know how to do it. Do it right. Be in order. Make them pay.
Sometimes when you're in your feelings, you gotta just sit on it, just chill, wait for the morning, and then proceed. But that's not what Cynthia did, and this sparked this part of the video to go absolutely viral. When I mean viral, I got on my Twitter. It was filling my news feed all day, every day. Every single person, it felt like, that I follow on Twitter was posting this video. I've never seen this many people post the same video. And this was last night. And then today, this was released. So, Michigan House of Representatives. Speaker of the House Lee Chatfield and Speaker-elect Jason Wentworth today released the following statement on the video released last night by State Representative Cynthia Johnson on social media. Threats to either Democrats or Republicans are unacceptable and un-American. They are even more unbecoming of an elected official. Representative Johnson has been removed from her committee assignments, and we are looking into further disciplinary action as the proper authorities conduct their own investigations. We have been consistent in our position on this. Violence and intimidation is never appropriate in politics. We have said that about threats against Governor Whitmer, Secretary Benson, Representative Johnson herself, and others. That applies to threats made towards public officials, and it must also apply when the threats come from public officials. Behavior like this will not be tolerated this term or next. So as of right now, she has been completely stripped of all of her assignments and all of her committees. I actually used to work for the government. I worked on a city and state level, never on a federal level, and the unfortunate thing about working for the public or being a public servant, which is basically what you are when you work for the government, you're working for their people. Your salary is being paid by tax dollars. And that's actually something I took a lot of pride in, and I had a great deal of honor in. I didn't make a big paycheck, but I took a lot of honor in the fact that I worked for the public. But anytime you do that, you are going to make decisions sometimes that people won't understand and people aren't going to be happy with. You can't please everyone, especially if you work anywhere in the court system. I knew a lot of probation officers that got a lot of threats. One got her car broken into, a home vandalized, things of that nature, and it's really scary and it's really awful. But as an elected official, what Cynthia did in response to this, going on her Facebook Live and threatening people and threatening a certain group of people, and the way that she intimidated the people in the courtroom, it seems to me this might be a pattern of behavior for her. I have a feeling there might be other things going on, or there might be other discrepancies in her behavior that maybe you and I don't know about. In my opinion, she just took it way too far. That was incredibly unprofessional. And like I said, I knew people just in my, small little group of people that I knew that worked for the government that received some threats and even had things broken into and vandalized. Never resorted to anything even close to this. It was out of line, unprofessional. And the other thing that she did is, I think we can all agree, anyone who leaves a threatening voicemail on anyone's voicemail is an unhinged, incredibly disturbed person. And I think we all agree that those people are bad. None of us associate with those people, and we all condemn that behavior. But what she did in this video is basically lumped all Trumpers together, and anyone that votes for Trump or supports Trump or any Republican is lumped in with all these lunatics. But there are so many young people that really do like this country, that really do like their city, that really do like the people, and not only the people that are on their side, all people. So people that would do such a great job serving and representing their state. And to see behavior like this, it's just, get out. Let somebody that actually appreciates that role have that role, and let them actually do something good for their community and their constituents. But that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think on all of this. It's really mixed online. Of course, Republicans are like, oh, see, yeah, she doesn't deserve to be in office. And then everyone on the other side is, how could they do this to a woman of color? Because I guess character doesn't matter anymore, behavior doesn't matter anymore, professionalism doesn't matter anymore, none of that matters. And as we say in the South, a lot of our politicians right now are just getting a bit too big for their britches and really need to come down a notch and realize that they work for the people. They are elected by the people and they work for the people, and not just the people on one side, but all people. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think about this. I'll see you later. Bye.